Welcome to Marco Martin's Monday Moanings, where I moan on a Monday. This weekend, I realized that I've never had one of those movie moments where the protagonist of the film or some guy in a movie locks eyes with an exceptionally beautiful woman, just an absolutely beautiful woman, and she locks eyes with him and does something seductive, normally with food or a beverage or something. And I realized that this has never happened for me in my life. And it can be one of a few reasons. It could just be something that doesn't happen in real life, or more likely, I'm not handsome enough for it to happen to me. But I think that it's something that's almost annoying to me because we see it in movies all the time, and you just want it to happen to you. Just think, why doesn't that happen to me? Just one of those moments, just flat out happen. And it makes me think that it's not because I'm not looking up at various people, because an exceptionally beautiful woman is always looked at all the time. Don't think we have enough sympathy for really, really hot women and how difficult it is to be a hot, hot woman. You can't go anywhere without being stared at all the time. I can go to Nando's, I'll have something in my teeth, I pick it out. Doesn't bother me, I pick it out. No one's looking. Can eat with my hands and lick my fingers dry. Nobody is watching me do anything ever. You can go about normal daily life activities. Whereas I think a really, really hot woman has to be careful with what she eats and how she eats it, because she doesn't want to be picking her teeth because everyone's looking at her. She doesn't want to be licking her fingers clean because everyone's looking at her. And if she were to look up while licking her fingers and see me staring at her, she'd have to look away very quickly, because that's how life works. As much as I say that I want one of these movie moments, I think that I wouldn't have the bravery. Like, I'd get too shy and embarrassed, and I'd look away right away. So if I did lock eyes with an exceptionally beautiful woman, I wouldn't be able to look at her for long enough for her to actually do something seductive. But it is really, really hard for really hot women. It's literally all the time being watched, being gawked at. You try to limit the amount of time you spend in public, and the expectation is to look good all the time and not do anything ordinary like pick your teeth or anything like that. It's almost not even worth the free meals and the free drinks for life and not having to pay rent. Why do you think this is why Britney Spears is the way she is? This is exactly why Britney has gone as crazy as she has, because it must be hard to be such an exceptionally hot woman for such a long time with so much attention on you. And this makes me think about when you're interacting with new people now in the digital age. And I think that perhaps this locking of eyes moment thing used to happen in the past. You used to be able to go out somewhere, meet someone, see someone who's attractive and approach them or look at them or anything like that. Whereas now you're just a creep, because people meet online now. And when you meet someone new online now and you start texting and interacting, you need to set an expectation of your time early. So you need to be able to disappear for hours on end randomly, without any excuse, without any explanation, without saying sorry, with no apology at all. This needs to be just a regular, normal thing that you do, so that you can do the things that you want to do and disappear and not have it be out of the norm. So you have to set that standard as a norm and create the expectation that this person just disappears randomly for hours on end at any given time and doesn't explain himself or apologize. And that needs to be normal, so that you have the power in those interactions. You know, because it's early enough, they can't be like, where were you? What were you doing? What were you up to? They have to be like, so how was your day? And try and get it out of you. But then you can just be like, it was fine, thanks, how was yours? What did you get up to? Nothing much. Nothing much. But if you have that as a normalization and you don't apologize for it, you've set a very good standard for yourself to be in the position of power. Because when the relationship or when the interactions get to a point where they start to question your behavior, that behavior has been normalized already. Why are you attacking me? I've always been like this. This is who I am. I just don't like to be on my phone sometimes. And then you're in the position of power to do what you want, to do whatever you want when you want and not be questioned for it. I think that's an extremely powerful position to be in. And I'm very good at this. I'm very good at this now. I wasn't always, but whenever I put my mind to something, and it's quite regularly, I try to be very good at very many things. I think that I sometimes take it too far. Like now I've gotten really good at making excuses with myself and talking myself out of going to the gym. I'm so good at talking myself out of going to the gym regularly, all the time. If it were a sport, if talking yourself out of going to the gym were a sport, I would be competing on a really high level. I'm not saying that there would be a movie made about me, but they would make a movie about the coach of that sport, like a really great coach. And Al Pacino would be playing the guy, and the guy who Al Pacino plays in the movie, rather, would be phoning me to talk myself out of gym for their team. Hey, why don't you come and talk yourself out of gym with us? That's how good I am at talking myself out of the gym. I've gotten so good at it. That's what happens when you try to be good at everything you do, like a small business entrepreneur. You try to be good at every little element of your business, and you'll fail at some. I get really good at talking myself out of the gym. Like if you want an example, is before the gym, I'll start scrolling Instagram maybe, and then a video will come up of a guy who's gone to some sort of tech expo, like, oh, cool, Future Expo 2024. Here's the 3 coolest things I found at Future Expo 2024. It's like a TikTok that's now an Instagram reel or something. And then he'll be like, oh, look at this cool thing that sucks dust off your shoes when you walk over it. Like, just stand on this and it sucks. What was wrong with a placemat? What was wrong with a doormat, rather, with like a stepping mat where you could just brush whatever dust and dirt was on the bottom of your shoes off before entering a place? Why did they have to create a suction vacuum cleaner stand thing to take dust off your shoes as you enter a place? It's ludicrous. And like, oh, look at this. Everything's got AI. Everything's AI powered now. Look at this AI barbecue. Too far. We've gone too far. Stop. It's a sin in South Africa to see an artificial intelligence barbecue or braai. You must cook. Don't become useless. Cook. Cook the food. There's too many things. We've made too many things. And I think that there's a currency in that, or an economy in people like wanting to do like a startup, be a startup billionaire. You know, I want to be the next great maker of a great invention. And you come up with this nonsense like an AI barbecue. We don't want AI to connect to Wi-Fi barbecue. We don't want our steak to send us a notification on our app on our phone through Wi-Fi to say, hey, your steak is just cook. Just cook like you used to cook, like we all used to cook. It's gone too far. There's far too much of this, etc. Now I'm angry, and that's how I talk myself out of going to the gym. And a really hot woman can't have this conversation. There's too much expectation on her. She has to be able to not pay rent again this month. I'm Marco Martins. This has been Marco Martins Monday Moanings. Good luck with the rest of your week.